we got the Magician, and so for May, you seem to be stepping into your power, stepping into a place of taking control, especially after all we've been through so far. This is a month where you can finally stop and take control. I feel like you can finally get off the train now, basically. You can finally just catch your breath. And so I think that's pretty cool for May. You know, this is a springtime, and so this is a good time to initiate new beginnings and to plant seeds and, you know, get things going. You could be dealing with a Gemini here, or with the energy and representation of the Gemini archetype, as we are dealing with Mercury when it comes to the Magician. So things you say could be quite powerful. You could quite speak things into existence, but also the way you communicate and what you're communicating is really, really important for you in April. It's important that you're very clear about your statements, because when it comes to magic, your words are everything. And so I think that's why certain ways of doing magic can be so powerful, such as speaking in Hebrew or speaking in Latin, because of the way the words are used, especially in Hebrew, where you can apply numbers to like every letter and every word. And, you know, so like what you say and how you say it when it comes to casting a spell is really important. Even in English, of course, or just in any language, it doesn't matter. But just giving an example of how powerful words can be and how powerful language can be as well. I feel like this is a month where you are finally grounded. You do finally feel secure and very confident in yourself. I feel like you're finally coming around to yourself as well. You could also be coming around to a decision that you have to make, or you're finally accepting something. So there seems to be some kind of acceptance going on here. There seems to be an ability to agree with a situation that you didn't agree with before. Overall, I feel like you can gain control over your life or a situation, or even the way you feel about something. So that's what I got for April. So as I was shuffling for May, a bunch of cards fell, and one of the cards was the Tower. And so I don't mean to laugh, but maybe May could have some kind of tower moment, although I'm not taking those cards because there's too many of them. And then more cards just kind of jetted straight across my lap just now. So I don't know, there's something going on in May that seems pretty powerful, pretty like dropping. Here we go. So for May, we got the Three of Swords. So a lot of feelings are coming up here for May. A lot of... So for one, if this was in regards to you coming to terms with like reality and what's outside of reality and anything related to something of that nature, then I feel like there's something that happens in May that continues to shatter your reality some more. There could be something that happens and it makes you question everything. It makes you ask, like, it makes things difficult, because I feel like for some of you, you're going to go through something really intense here. You're going to go through something that completely changes everything. So I'd be mindful of any transits that are going on in May, and look at your chart and see how the transits are affecting your chart in May, so you can basically just see what's going on and what's affecting you directly. Okay. And even if you don't find anything, be mindful that there are still other stars, as well as asteroids and dwarf planets and all that good stuff, that are affecting us all the time as well, just on a lower level. For the most part, some asteroids are pretty powerful, no matter their size. I mean, look at Pluto. Pluto's extremely powerful, and it's not even like bigger than the United States. Like it's incredibly small, but it is quite essentially the underworld and everything related to that archetype. So that could be another theme that is occurring for you. So we do have Pluto moving into Aquarius here, and if it's already in Aquarius, I'm sure I really have not been paying attention to the astrology lately. I've been busy with everything else, and that's why I don't call myself an astrologer, or I don't like to call myself one, because I'm not always paying attention to what's going on. And so anyways, yeah, like it seems all over the place. I'm a bit all over the place. And honestly, this reading has been like really tense, and like I have like, I'm full of anxiety. And so you want to be mindful of that for 2025. Maybe you are dealing with a lot of anxiety, but because we are here in May, and I did see the Tower card, I feel like there's just something really big happening this year. And May could be the month where everything happens, or it could just be like a prelude or even a finale to something major in your life. So, and that's interesting because I said 3 different things that could happen, and there's 3 swords. So again, in these readings are going to manifest in their own ways for everybody. Everyone's going to have their own experience of this card and of this energy and what it represents. And so, yeah, I feel like although we are dealing with the 3 of Swords, I do feel like things are going to get sorted out, because it's like it's a harsh reality. It is like, when Neo pulls that shit out of the back of his neck in the Matrix and wakes up. You know, it's quite intense. It's quite it's a shock to the system. It's a shock to your brain, in the sense that like you're breaking through something here. You're breaking through a barrier. And what's great about this is that on the other side, and it's interesting that there's an ambulance driving by. What's interesting is on the other side is that you are going to be saved. You are going to reach a place where you are safe and you are abundant and you do rise to the top. And we'll probably see how that goes throughout the rest of the reading. We should see the progression of that. But I do feel like there is something else on the other side. You just have to get over this. It's pretty difficult. But I do feel like things are going to get sorted out. It is more of that having to accept things that are difficult to accept or perceive on your own, because, it seems quite challenging. It seems like a quite challenging month, and it seems like a challenging year, but I feel like it's not going to always be this vibe or this energy. It's just going to be periodically. But for May especially, and according to this reading, this seems to be the major theme for you guys. But I do feel like, once again, things are going to get sorted out. Things are going to become clearer, because swords bring clarity. Swords bring justice as well. So if you want to look at it as something karmic, like there's something about this that you had to experience, for whatever that reason is, whether it's some past life thing you did or something you did in this life, or just, they say we come here to have an experience and to perceive reality, the physical reality. And so that seems to be like what's going on here. I kind of just lost my message, and so we're just going to go ahead and move on. But yeah, that seems to be the major theme for you in May.